Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Big Four podcast. My name is Luke Spring, and I am with your usual Brian, Nick, and Andrew. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm
Right.
I'm good.
Nick, I couldn't even hear what you said because you said it so short and quick and loud into the mic. But I'm assuming you said terrific because you say it every time. How are you, Andrew?
I'm good. How are you?
You're good.
Nobody asks how you're doing, Luke. So
No
how
one
are you?
asks me.
How are
I
you,
could.
Luke?
I'm
Luke's feelings don't matter.
My
Luke,
feelings
like,
don't matter. I don't
Luke.
have feelings.
Luke, how are you doing tonight?
Content.
Content? Okay.
Yo soy contento.
I don't think that's how it works. But wait, is content? No, it's not. Never mind.
Up
I
Latin
was
boy.
That's a word.
whatever. Contento.
Yeah.
That's a word.
What does it mean?
But it means happy.
Okay, whatever. And as always, we are your number 2 source for all things sports. If you know, you know. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Big Four _podcast for exclusive content. Once again, it's not really exclusive. It's just shorter clips of us talking right now. So it's not really exclusive, but whatever.
You can see our faces.
Yeah, you can see our faces. And subscribe to our YouTube, the Big Four.
Screaming in the mic.
Yeah, Ryan, you're like eating the microphone.
Just out of nowhere.
how
See
does-
our faces.
How does your microphone taste, Brian?
Came out of nowhere. Terrific.
Like
Tastes
chicken.
terrific. Okay. Like chicken. All right. We're gonna talk about sports. First one.
Oh, we do
Big
that
news. We do actually. Yeah.
Damn.
Big news out of the MLB, which is the MLB. If you didn't.
LB.
MLB. Yep. Frozen Nick. The MLB. Francisco Lindor from the Cleveland Indians is no longer on the Cleveland Indians. Him and Carlos Carrasco.
Whoa. We got to be careful.
Why? Oh, sorry. The Cleveland baseball team. My bad.
No,
my bad,
they're
my bad.
gonna stay as the Cleveland Indians until they
For this
find a
year.
new name.
They're
Cleveland baseball team.
They're not.
Indians this
They're not
year.
gonna
And-
pull. They're not
and-
gonna pull a baseball team here.
And it's
They're the
not,
Indians this year.
It's the baseball
Yeah.
club. It's
Yeah.
baseball.
Club.
It's
The
a
baseball.
club.
Baseball
the baseball
organization.
organization. Yeah.
The foosball club.
Rest in DeChambeau, what a beast.
Him and Carlos Carrasco are going to the New York Mets,
The big
Which-
apple.
makes them a much better team. And
Better
I
than
think
the
they're
Big Horn.
Yankees.
better than the Yankees. Yeah, facts. The Mets rotation now is actually kind of sick with Carrasco and DeGrom and Stroman and Syndergaard when he
Syndergaard.
comes back. Wait, is Syndergaard coming back this season?
Yes.
He is.
Uh,
So yeah,
when
they're gonna be
exactly?
nasty.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know?
don't know.
I think he's fine. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh.
He
okay.
is.
But still, regardless,
he had
it's
TJ
freaking
last
sick.
year, but he'll be fine.
A while ago.
And then if the
It
freaking
feels
polar
like a while
bear,
ago.
offensively, they
Yeah.
have the polar bear, the squirrel.
Freaking polar
wait,
bear.
Hold on. Is Jeff McNeil the chipmunk or the squirrel? I can't remember his nickname. I think it's the squirrel, but he has buck teeth and he looks like a squirrel. So I think I'm going to call him the squirrel. So they got the squirrel and the polar bear, two very domestic
Conforto.
animals. Conforto, and that's pretty
Lindor.
Cespedes, except Cespedes was lost in the middle of the season this past year. But no, they don't have Cespedes, and they don't have Cano because he did steroids.
Well, for the
for
first
the-
80 games.
No, for the entire
He's
year.
out for the
Oh,
whole
he's out
year.
for the year.
Yeah,
That's
the whole
the
year,
second offense.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Yeah,
and
second offense, that's right.
unfortunately, I think he's done for his Hall of Fame career, which kind of
Hall of Fame.
Now he's not Hall of Famer because he got taken
Yeah,
steroids
he's
twice.
not gonna be a Hall of Famer now. He
No, I
could
know.
have been.
If that's what I'm saying. If he didn't, he could have.
He
had
would
a
have been
shot,
if he didn't.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
he could have had a chat, but he's not. But yeah, the Mets are a lot better. So now it's going to be the NL is heating up. The AL is staying stagnant. They're just like, you know what? We're chilling with the Tigers and the who else? And the
Red
Royals
Sox and the Rangers.
Red Sox. Yeah, they're freaking bum teams. The Rays are even getting worse.
Yeah.
So there's really the AL kind of sucks now.
Mhm.
And
but
at least kind
whatever.
of stacked.
Oh
NL
yeah, for
East,
sure.
NL East is freaking Fuegolitsky with the Braves and the Mets and
You don't
the
forget about
Marlins,
those
the team-
Marlins.
The Marlins.
The
made
Nationals
the
got
playoffs.
Bell.
The Nationals
Nationals-
that won the
the
World
Nationals-
Series 2 years ago.
They got
The
Josh
Phillies-
Bell.
Stink.
They got Josh. The Nationals got Josh Bell, right?
The
Yeah, but
Nationals
Josh Bell-
rotation is stacked still.
Yeah.
Scherzer, Strasburg,
Washington,
Corbin.
yeah, I
It's
guess.
still really
I
good.
guess. And then the Phillies.
Sanchez.
Don't count out the Phillies
Anibal
Yeah.
Sanchez. Yeah, the
with
Phillies.
Bryce.
Like that division's about to go like
And
Braves.
they had a guy
Braves,
last year,
Mets,
Bond, almost won
Nationals,
Rookie of the Year.
Phillies, Marlins, and
I know
the
it's
team
gonna
that
be
made the
ridiculous.
playoffs is gonna.
I
be
They had the
fucking
they had the
last.
dude Alec Baum almost won Rookie of the Year last year.
Alec Baum, and
He was finished runner
no,
up.
he wasn't. He wasn't gonna get over.
He was second
over
in votes
Kyle
with
Lewis.
No,
he wasn't gonna go off.
No, it was.
They're in
he
the
was
NL.
behind
They're in the
Devin
NL.
Williams.
Yeah.
It was Devin Williams had the most
And
points, but then it was
Cronenworth.
close with him and Cronenworth tied for second. They had 74
yeah.
points.
That's so odd. A reliever winning the Rookie of the Year. I don't know. I mean, he had a good year, but it's just weird to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, the NL is turning into the Western Conference in basketball, where it's just stacked, and then the East and the AL are just like Poopville conferences / leagues. And unfortunately,
the NL Central's kind of a crap hole now.
The NL Central,
did fall apart.
Because Darvish gone, Bell, and then
Oh, well, don't
and then
say
the Cardinals are not that good. Who's going to come out of that division? Actually, I don't even know at this point.
Cardinals
have been most
Probably.
consistent.
Yeah, they have. I
The
would say the
Brewers
Cardinals
have
are-
flashes,
The
but I
Brewers
don't
are
think
just
they're
like.
that good.
I mean, Yelich.
And the
Bauer's
the
not gonna
Reds,
go back
the
to
Reds.
Super
I would go with the Reds actually.
Since
yeah,
he
the
lost,
Reds.
they lost Bauer. I'm not gonna get Bauer back.
Oh, that's fair.
True.
I was a free agent.
He's just gonna hop from team to team. So
Yeah, it's
So
basically
that
NL West
rotation's
and
kind of down.
the NL West and East are absolutely insane right now. So it's going to be between the Padres, Dodgers, and Mets, honestly, for the next few
Braves.
years. And the Braves. The Braves are
I
very
think
good. The
the
Braves
Braves
should have
too.
won. Yeah, the Braves should have won, but they
Yeah.
freaking blew a 3-1 lead. Hashtag 2016 Warriors. But yeah, baseball. Francisco Lindor,
At
MVP California
2016
player.
Indians. Wah, wah.
Yeah,
best.
facts. They're
The New York Mets, the best team in New York.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
Actually, no.
I mean,
no,
they have
false.
been for the past
Knicks are
5 years.
The Knicks right now. The Knicks are the best
The
team
Knicks,
in New York.
like what?
The Knicks are the best team in New York.
Nick
It's
about
so
Shout out-
weird.
Shout out Matt. Frick, I forget his last name now. I'm sorry. Whoever you know, he's a Knicks fan. He's my friend, and he always cries when the Knicks are bad. So
Well, they're probably still going to go like
him.
20 and 52. But
Matt
still.
Nicolelli, that's his last name. Matt Nicolelli. Shout out Matt Nicolelli for liking the Mets.
Tom
Or not the
Thibodeau,
Mets, the
good
Knicks.
coach.
Tom Thibodeau is a good coach. 2008 Celtics defensive wizard.
Yep.
And Julius Randle's going off.
I know, like what?
And
It's
Austin
the player
Rivers.
development. It just wasn't
RJ
there in LA.
Yeah, and RJ
Okay.
Barrett's just figured out.
This
how
is
to
going to
score.
be a recurring joke on this podcast that the Lakers can't develop anyone.
It's a common theme. You see it throughout the entire league. Sorry, Nick.
That's
Yeah,
so
we-
funny.
This is
Okay.
recent years, not in the past.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, they've developed Kobe pretty good.
Kobe Bryant.
that's like it.
and I guess Magic.
There you go, too. Congrats, Nick.
Magic.
Yep. Got Magic and Kobe. That's it.
Worthy.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They- I
let's
get-
go
they
back
developed-
to the 50s.
They developed Alex Caruso. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
facts.
yeah, the
They
goat.
did.
The goat. Developed the goat.
And Larry Nance.
Yeah, Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, all those guys.
All guys
Yeah.
that are better elsewhere.
Brandon
fucker.
Ingram, Lonzo Ball.
Well, their play development now sucks.
Imagine how nasty Kyle
Doesn't matter.
Kuzma is when they trade for
Yeah, that's
James
facts.
Harden.
Yeah, like the Rockets would take Kyle Kuzma. What?
Hey, Nick, is Kuzma still better than Tatum?
Okay.
I said that when he got. I said that the rookie year, his rookie year. I said that when he averaged like damn near 20 points. I said that his rookie year.
Well.
Haven't really
Yeah,
said that since.
because one
Obviously,
team was,
he's not
one
better than
team
Kuzma. Obviously, he's not better than Tatum now. Like,
Was
is he still
ever?
better than Tatum? I thought he was might have been a little better his rookie year. Both were rookie first team. Kuzma averaged more points.
Yeah, on a team that was
Better
a
scorer.
non-playoff team and, terrible team and, fair enough. Eastern Conference
It's
Finals
okay.
team, not playoff team. Who cares? Let's go back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, who
Go Mets.
cares? Go Mets.
Nick, you're frozen.
We can really.
No, I'm just emotionless because that was one of the stupidest things you've ever said. Nick, is he still better than Tatum? Yeah, of course not. Kuzma never made an All-Star game. Tam's an All-Star player. Of course he's not better than Tatum.
I mean, that's something you said in the past. So
That's something I said way in the past. Yes, that is something I said way in the past. Absolutely.
Hey,
'Cause I
Nick,
thought it was
bring up-
true. The rookie year.
Bring up when Brian thought that the Patriots were going to beat the Rams, and then they got throttled on Sunday night or Monday Night Football.
It's all right, Brian.
And
I was
Andrew.
with you. I was
And
with you.
Andrew.
Remember when Brian was like,
of the fault. I wanna tell
Clemson
you
by
Brian.
30, and then Notre Dame's going to get spanked by BC the next week?
I didn't say spanked.
Notre Dame's terrible. They're going to lose to BC the next week?
Yeah, Notre Dame sucks.
Like Clemson?
They do
Notre Dame
suck.
sucks.
Well,
They
Notre
do
Dame
suck.
does suck.
They're such a fake team.
Ian Buck
He'll be fine.
undrafted. He's gonna be out of the NFL. He's gonna be
He's not.
flipping
Yeah, he's
patties
not
at
even gonna get
McDonald's
picked up
in
by
5
anybody.
years.
That guy's not worth
Undrafted?
anybody.
You mean working at a 9 to
Unsigned.
5?
I'm working
Yeah.
9 to 5.
He better have a brother in like
a
a nice law firm or something like that he can get a job with.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Brian's made some very bold comments in the past.
we're gonna move
Fine.
on.
And you
We
haven't
all-
there, Chief?
We all said Clemson
Yeah,
by
Chief.
30 against Ohio State. We all said
We all
Philly
said-
by 30 against Washington. We all said
Well,
I
I
said-
said by 6.
I actually said it was. I said the Clemson game would be closer than the Bama game.
Okay.
Said
Yeah.
Clemson by 30.
just because it's
I didn't. It's not
great
we all. I
matchup, we
gotta
kind of
defend myself
expected
at some
it.
point. I said
Alabama's-
Clemson's gonna win, but I said it was gonna be a close game, much closer than the Bama game.
I said everyone
Alabama's
by
just
6.
men amongst boys. It's
The
not even
Bama game was
close.
much more of a blowout than the score tells you.
I know. Like
It was more of
That's
a
true.
50-point game than a 17-point game.
Facts. Devontae Smith, bucket and a half. But yeah,
Said Bama by
that's
20.
MLB, cool. Out of the NFL though, there's developing story, or
Come on,
yeah,
Bill.
just one story, I
Come on.
guess. One story.
Do it,
One.
man. Do it.
Deshaun Watson wants out
Get
of
them
Houston.
both. JJ and Deshaun.
Oh,
Take
that'd be
them both.
sick.
18 first-round picks, 18 second-round picks. The
18.
whole entire
Actually, hold
franchise.
on.
Give them Kraft.
But how long does JJ Watt realistically have left in his career? He's a DT
Okay,
lineman,
then-
and he's been there for
Then
a while.
he's not the valuable part. I would give up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and Gilmore.
We need sacks. Luke,
Yeah,
our
that'd be
leader in
sick.
sacks at like 3 this year.
I would say
No,
that.
I
Yeah,
know,
and
but
they were probably all against the Chargers.
It was Winovich.
Well, they
Winovich
also
was-
We only had like 2 sacks against the Chargers.
There were
We
also
didn't
so
sack
many
We didn't get to
people-
Herbert much against the Chargers.
there are also
Just
so many
pressure
people
the
that
whole
opted out,
time.
so it's whatever. And regardless,
their
JJ
defense would
Watt,
be fine.
JJ Watt is like gonna be a decent, or not decent. He's gonna be a star D lineman for the next 2 or 3 years. D linemen don't last
And an
15
absolute
years in
locker
the
room
NFL.
presence and a half.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. That is true. So
And,
that
and
could-
Nick Caserio's first move as the GM of Houston can be giving Bill
With the
what he
Patriots.
deserves.
Mhm.
A good quarterback.
Do you know who else could be on the trading block? Julio Jones. Who
he's
knows?
been on the trading block.
don't
for
have
so
that.
He's actually
long,
been on the
though.
trading block for like
you
5
gotta pick
years.
one. It's like you gotta pick
I
one,
know.
Watson or Jones. I mean, you
Nah,
can't-
same
They
with
need to
Odell.
draft. They need to.
You need to get a
draft
free agent.
receiver.
Odell
They need
and the
to draft
Yeah,
a
but
Packers have
receiver.
been
if you want Watson, you're gonna have to trade away that
Draft in
first
the
rounder.
third round. We'll draft in the third round.
Yeah.
Odell and the Pats have been a thing for like 3 years. Too,
And
so-
Houston would do it because they don't have a first round pick because they traded a pick that they
for
thought was
Laramie
going to be-
Tunzel.
They thought they were going to be
2 firsts
a
and 2 seconds for Tunsil and Stills.
They thought they were going to be a playoff team. So they're like, oh, our pick's in the
so
20s. Who
funny.
cares? Oh, we sucked. It's a top 3 pick. Yep, we screwed up.
So funny.
With the pooch on that one, Bill.
Miami's
Bryant, that is. And he's
No,
about to
but
get hired by
Bill
Bama.
O'Brien, no more.
So. He's about to get hired
Yeah.
by Bama, so he's.
I don't
it's fine.
understand.
Yeah,
They
and then
trade
he'll be an
away-
absolute genius offensive coordinator because every Bama offensive coordinator gets hired out of whatever they do. Brian Daboll was a Pats assistant, went to be the offensive coordinator. Now he's with the Bills, and he's probably going to be a head coach next year.
Oh,
Cool. A lot of
he
guys.
head
a
coach
lot of
the
guys.
Jets because Adam Gase and the Jets.
No, he'll go to
parted
the
ways.
Chargers. I think he goes to the Chargers. That's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
fit.
facts.
He's good with young quarterbacks.
That Chargers job is
Well,
going to be so
The
attractive
Jets have
to
a young
everybody.
quarterback too.
Everybody's
young
going to want that
quarterback
Chargers
in
job.
LA or young quarterback in freaking dumpy New York.
Also,
Yeah.
young quarterback that just set rookie records.
Yeah,
Young
I would
quarterback.
I
who
know,
hasn't
I'm just-
proved- who hasn't improved anything.
No, I'm just saying
Through
they're both
year
young
3.
quarterbacks.
Who?
New
Sam
stadium.
Darnold.
Yes.
Well, no, they're either gonna get one of the guys in the draft, so you can deal with
I
that
don't
one.
know.
You don't know.
I don't know. if
I
they
mean, the
do.
second
No, the
pick.
Jets.
I feel like the second pick is.
That,
it's
at
not-
that point
it's
they're
not
just
good enough.
wasting
It's
draft.
This was
not
picks.
good
Lawrence or
enough to-
bust.
It's not
This
good
was
enough to
Lawrence
get
or
Yeah, that's
Lawrence,
what I
and it's
think.
not bad enough to get Justin Fields. Justin Fields is not the third over. Is not the second overall.
I don't
pick.
think
Keep
I
Darnold. You trade
it's
away. You
wasting
can
a
trade
pick.
away that pick. Maybe if someone wants to move up. If not, you just.
You
I
can't
guess you
use
draft.
2
Trade
top.
the Pats. If the Pats trade up,
They can't take 2 top 3
You want who do you want
picks in
number
3
2?
years and
I
Fields?
don't know anyone.
They can't use the top 3 picks twice and get quarterbacks both times. It's just wasting your draft picks at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3
but Sam
times actually,
Darnold
because
isn't
Quinnen,
it.
and then the other time
It's
he took
just-
Quinnen Williams, who's like done
Ownership
nothing.
is a whole process. They pressure you to draft a quarterback high. When you draft that guy high, you got to start him. You have to start. You at least have to give him a chance. You can't just bail on him, or else that's what the owners want. They're doing it with Trubisky in Chicago. They want to prove to themselves that this can work.
That they
They're
made
doing
the
it with
right
Trubisky in
selection.
Chicago. They're not making any drastic quarterback changes because you draft this guy high, just make it work, right? That's what ownerships do in the NFL now. So the Jets, they have no reason to. They're probably not going to draft. They're not going to draft a quarterback. They have all the reason to either trade that pick away, or I don't even know who the heck they drafted number 2.
I don't even know either.
They really need. It was kind of a Lawrence or bust season. If you don't get Lawrence, then you stick
What's
with
the
Darnold.
point?
You drafted him high, make him work, and maybe you trade down or someone and try and get one of the trio receivers that are going out, Waddle, Smith, or Chase, and you kind of just work from there.
Yeah,
Get some bonus second rounders and
yeah. What you said about how like the front offices want to prove that they made the right choice, I agree with that. But with Trubisky, I don't think they need to start him to prove that they made the right decision. They can just go watch Kansas City against Houston and just watch that they made the wrong decision.
No, they just got they have to you wasted a top 5 pick on this guy. You you have to give this guy. You can't bail on him. They won't allow it. They do it with the Browns, or sorry, the Browns. So the Bears are doing it with Trubisky right now. You're seeing a few other teams do it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but there are other teams that are doing it. I can tell you the Giants are probably doing it with Daniel.
The Jaguars and Gardner Minshew.
The Giants are definitely doing it with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
It's like, the guy's not the best quarterback in the league, and you drafted him really high, but you could go out and you could get another quarterback that would probably be better. But ownership is just going to say, no, we made you draft this guy high for a reason. Make him work. We got you a player. You develop him. There's only they always got to
They
do
were
right.
that with Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, Washington was doing it with Dwayne Haskins. Yeet. That didn't work out.
Yeah, had that work.
When did Haskins get drafted?
Years ago?
2 years
2
ago?
years ago.
Overall,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
What pick was he?
15.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Because he was
He's
really
supposed to go
cool.
earlier. Giants fans are picked that they took Daniel Jones at 6 and not Haskins. So they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, not like either one of them is great, but at least you didn't get the
At least one of them has a job.
At least one of them has a brain on their head.
Half one. We'll give Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones,
half brain.
Half to 3/4.
he's at least like.
Hey,
you know,
I've heard he's a
whatever.
great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, but he
Great
can't.
dude.
He
Good
can't
lad.
take care of the football.
Fumbles
but
a
he's
lot.
great- but he's
What,
a
he
great
fumbled
guy.
20 times this year.
No, he's a great
But he's
guy.
a great guy. Oh yeah.
He's a
yeah.
great
Can't
guy.
be accurate.
No, I think he
Phenomenal.
did. I don't know if he
Great
lost
guy.
20, but I think he fumbled 20 times.
Yeah. He fumbled at least 20 times. It was around. It
Jesus.
was around that number. I remember. It
And
was
he didn't even
ridiculous.
play all the games. Colt McCoy started a few.
Yeah.
Real,
That's bad.
real stud.
Oh, yeah.
Stud.
Blood stuffing.
LOL.
Um,
But yeah, Deshaun to the Pats. That would be interesting. I would
Yeah.
Please.
pay to see that. I'd be
Please.
happy.
can we at least go for Stafford? That's what we want.
What Deshaun? Give up
Deshaun
the
Watson is obviously
franchise. Just
Deshaun
do
Watson's
it.
obviously what we want.
Does
But I
anyone a
mean,
free agent?
If you can't get that, Stafford's another good
What'd you
choice.
say,
Is anyone a free agent other than Cam?
No.
Prescott,
A
but
lot of
he's a little
people. Well,
pricey.
yeah.
I've heard Joe
Prescott,
Namath
I mean,
is
Stafford's
available.
also a big contract that you'd absorb if you trade for
He's not
Stafford.
huge. I think he's only
Prescott's-
20 a year.
Prescott's expecting freaking 50 mil like Patrick Mahomes. He's not gonna.
I've heard Johnny Unitas is available.
Like we said, like I've stated before, though, like we've talked about this. Belichick, he doesn't like to give away stuff. Doesn't like to give up stuff. He doesn't like doing that.
Yeah, he's going
He-
to trade the
he
first round
gets-
pick for 2 seconds and a third.
He trades stuff. He doesn't trade stuff for something. People trade for his stuff, and he gets.
Well, we're
you
at a
know.
point where we don't have nothing to trade.
Yeah, I
people,
know.
so-
I know.
Who's going
so
to want Demir
Belichick's
Bird?
kinda- right. So I just you know, he's
Or like
I don't,
Demir
I just-
Pigeon.
for some reason, I don't see this guy trading for a quarterback.
Well, he's gonna have to do it.
He's gonna probably either start Stidham or
Nah, he's gonna be like, screw it, Josh McDaniels, you're not QB. We're not training for a quarterback.
Scott
We got one.
Zolak, come on down from the booth.
He might. I could see him
Guys.
trading for. I could see him trading for Julio, than trading for a quarterback. I think
No.
he's just kind of. I
Yeah,
just,
he'll
I could see
trade
it
for
in my head.
Julio and then release him 5 weeks later. That's what he'll
Yeah.
do. Like
He
he
likes
did
Like
with
the
he
flashy
did, just
wide
like he did with his
receiver.
teammate.
and Mohamed Sanu and
The last
Josh
time
Talk about a
Gordon.
waste of a
Belichick
second
for
round
something was
draft pick.
Mohamed Sanu.
What?
That was the big. That was the last time Belichick traded for something. It's probably going to be the last time forever for this guy.
No, what about
Mohamed
the free draft pick that they gave Miami for that bum receiver and then they just released him?
They
this
get it
year.
back. It's comping.
Oh. Well, who was the receiver?
Isaiah Ford.
Isaiah Ford.
Ford. That's right.
It's like there are
Yeah,
like
he
three
was
moves
good.
on. There are 3 moves on the deadline. I was like Isaiah Ford, the Patriots, DeAndre Washington, and the Dolphins, and like something else stupid.
Yeah,
That was it for the deadline.
That was a good deadline.
NFL Network did a huge 3-hour long coverage of it just to announce three really stupid moves. It's like, oh, way to waste your time, guys.
Nice one, Shefty. But yeah, Deshaun wants
Shefty.
out of Houston, probably because they traded a top 2 wide receiver in the league, and now he's balling
the
in
report that just
Arizona.
came out like 20 minutes ago is that he was told he'll be involved in all coaching and GM discussions and hires because that's kind of what the sports are now. The franchise player gets to have a say. And
Well,
then
yeah,
they
that's
hired-
after
they hired
LeBron.
Casario without even talking to him, so now he wants
Really?
out because they went against his word or
Yeah.
went against the owner.
Well, I also probably think he was upset about the D-Hop trade because who wouldn't?
Oh, for sure.
I think it really hit him when J.J. Watt was walking with him on week 17. And he goes, "Sorry, I wasted 1 of your good years."
I know.
Dang, that's
The,
tough.
Deshaun's like, "Damn, you
Well, I
did.
mean, he did lead the
You
league
did-
in passing yards.
He's
You
right.
did waste one of my good years."
I know.
And that got him thinking, all right, come on, get me out of here.
Yeah, facts. That's so tough.
Houston what a
Passing yards
trash
leader
city.
with what? 4 wins? They have 4 wins.
I don't know.
4 and 12.
But they used to
One
be
of
an
them was
up and
against
coming
us.
team too.
Well, yeah, because their
Because we
offense
suck.
used to be really good.
We should have
It was
easily
on
gone
Cam's,
2 and 14
second best
or
game of the
3 and
season
13.
too.
Cam sucks.
That's okay.
Oh, so
we've-
what is up with this deal? Like this hypothetical deal of him possibly going to Washington?
Washington for
For
20 million a
40
year.
Yeah, for
For what
40
we were-
mil.
20 mil?
Two,
For
240.
40.
Like,
Rappaport tweeted
what?
that would be like that would be his predicted
Cam?
Cam.
Like
Cam
Superman,
number
Cam, like
one.
Cameron
Cameron
Washington.
Newton.
Throws a lot of picks, likes to do the Cam spike, candidate wide
Like the-
receiver,
like the
has
guy
no
who's-
pocket mobility,
Yep.
Tall,
That guy. Ready.
big guy,
Yep. pretty
mechanics are
bad,
out of this
pretty
world,
bad
terrible.
at
Cam
the
Newton
sport.
played
Yep.
for the Patriots.
That
Yep,
guy.
that guy.
That guy.
Yep.
2 for 40. Maybe even
Yep.
50.
Yep.
I'd rather have Haskins.
That's a lot of
Pay-
money for someone who
Pay him next to nothing for similar production. I'll take
funny,
Haskins.
right?
That's
So
a
funny.
lot.
Let me
for
see. I
someone
got it
who
right
is
here.
I mean,
chips.
19
Yes.
and a-
Oh,
McLaurin.
wait. That was Schefter. Adam Schefter says the most logical spot for Cam Newton is Washington if he leaves New England. He thinks the contract packed with incentives worth around 40 to 50 million for 2 years would be likely.
Yeah.
What are the
How much do we pay
incentives if
Cam-
he ties his
Hold on,
shoes
hold on.
before the game?
How much did New England pay Cam this year?
1.1 million.
That's
I
what
think
he
it
was
got.
worth.
I think it got up to. I think it got up to 3 with incentives, but yes, only one. Only one guaranteed.
Oh, Belichick, you're an ace, buddy. You're an ace.
Well,
Not really.
Not when he drafted Kyle Duggar
Not really.
and the
Kyle Duggar wasn't bad this year. Underrated.
Okay,
I was
but
proud of Kyle Duggar
was
played
that
the way Kyle
a
Duggar
need
played.
though?
No.
No.
It wasn't a need, but I think he already knew Chung was going to opt out, and I need a strong
see,
safety.
Here's an interesting thing. We all praise Nick
Second round
Caserio
pick.
for everything he did over the last 15 years in New England, but he's really the director of player personnel and semi GM.
Belichick
He has
Belichick-
maybe some blame to do on some terrible scouting on drafting.
and Cassiero, whatever. Combine them, put the blame on them both, whatever. I think that prior season started, they knew they were signing Cam, and they knew that.
Then
Patrick
why
Chung-
did they wait till July? They could have given him an extra 3 months with the playbook and working with the guys. And said, like, you know what? We're going to give you a month and throw you out there so you suck.
Summer break? I don't know. I'm just saying.
So stupid.
I think that they could have. They already had a plan to hire sign Cam Newton. Well, technically they were hiring the guy to sign Cam
They
Newton,
should have fired him.
and they knew Chung was going to opt out. So they said, "All right, let's go and draft." And they knew Hightower's going to opt out. So all right, let's go draft Uche. Let's go draft.
Yeah, but were they really
Duggar.
drafting for just this year? Because like after this year,
that seems kind of stupid.
After this year, Duggar has no purpose on this.
They
team.
trade away their first round pick. After that, you just knew that they had already had a plan in place. Once they trade away the first round pick, it's like, all right, so they clearly have nothing. They have no want, no need for this pick. Doesn't appear like they need to go after a quarterback. You just kind of had that feeling. Like, all right,
it would appear that they did.
Yeah,
It would appear they need a quarterback now. But in the start of the season, it was a completely different situation because I think they knew they were going to go higher. I keep saying
say higher one more time, Nick.
Keep asking me stupid questions one more time, Brian. Every time I say it was, was it? Okay.
I mean, I would like Jalen Hurts. I would have.
Now you would have. I would never hire.
We can't blame ourselves. We were all pumped about Cam, especially after the Seattle game.
I was the only one who was like, about Cam.
No,
I was like,
pumped.
goat.
I
was like, yeah, let's go.
That was really good.
We lost, but I still love this guy.
It sounded like a sheep, but that's all right.
Seriously.
I remember the next day being like, I've never been so happy after a loss.
I know.
Yeah, we thought he was a goat. He turned into a friggin' sheep.
But seriously, I was so high. I loved Cam Newton. Week 3 after we murdered the Raiders, I was like, oh, good. Super Bowl. It's over.
Yeah, but the Raiders suck.
And then he got COVID, but
they were good.
But Duggar played well this year. He was fine. Fine second round pick. I think he played better than his draft when he was drafted too. I think he played better than expectations too. They filled empty gaps this year. Things went differently. Things went sideways. Everyone got hurt. Cam got COVID.
There's still a crater-sized. There's a crater-sized hole on skill positions on offense. Yeah. It's like the diameter of the moon.
We're gonna draft N'Keal Harry.
It's like Grand Canyon sized.
Hey, you don't want DK Metcalf? That's fine.
McLaurin.
AJ Brown. You don't want either of those? That's fine. Just get Terry McLaurin.
Can they just transfer Jason Tatum to the Patriots for a season? And
they drafted the worst receiver in that.
They also drafted the two worst tight ends in the freaking draft.
I know.
The third round.
Asi with the touchdown.
Yeah, Asi got the touchdown.
That was his first catch of the season.
I know. It's so stupid.
Actually,
he had two catches.
Actually, a second.
He might have had a little 3-yard curl.
He had a 10-yard something like a slant or
Dalton
something.
Keene had one catch that was a bullet pass by Cam that was 5 feet over his head that he somehow caught and then got tackled for 4 yards.
Dalton. Names their child Dalton.
I didn't use them. It was frustrating.
Yeah, because who's gonna throw to him?
It's ridiculous. It was very frustrating.
In the NFL, Nick.
It was a very frustrating
season. You can't bounce the ball off the ground and then into the receiver's hands for a catch. So they weren't going to throw him with Cam. There are no bounce passes.
Very frustrating.
Only chest passes.
It was a very frustrating.
It's a chest pass league.
Very frustrating season.
Chest pass league.
Yeah, it was frustrating, but it would be less frustrating if they.
Whoa! Hey now.
Yeah, Nick. I just asked Brian to stop eating the mic, so can you stop shoving it down your throat? Pause. So let's move on. Let's move on.
Boy,
Cut.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Let's move on to our picks because we have a lot of picks.
Woohoo!
Like Cam.
Per request.
Oh! See, I did that.
No, I didn't even hear.
I mean, he didn't even throw that
I said
many picks.
you said we have a lot of picks. I was like Cam.
Well, he didn't even throw that many picks.
Good.
He never threw.
Or Carson.
That's Carson Edwards.
Wentz.
Carson Edwards from the corner. Brick. Clang.
Brick.
Oh my God, whatever. We have a lot of picks.
Clang.
Per request. But for Nick Parga, because he decided he wanted us to do all of the NFL playoff games this upcoming weekend, including plus
Is
the
that a nuisance for you?
A nuisance?
Yeah, you make it sound like it's a
Your
nuisance.
existence is a nuisance.
Yeah, facts,
wow.
Nick.
Wow.
Sorry.
Brutal.
Boom,
I don't know. Look,
roasted.
just make it sound like it's hassle to do this picks. It's a
It is a
contest.
Hasselback.
These are
But
the biggest games of the year.
Yeah, man.
not really.
halftime. Come
Not wild card games aren't the biggest game. It's the Super Bowl, but it's okay.
No,
Per request,
it's
Luke. You're
Pat
making it sound like
Seahawks
it's a
week 2,
nuisance.
man.
We
All right,
talk about
let's
sports.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah, let's freaking go.
Um,
Someone's a case of the freaking frickins.
First one. First game.
I'm going first.
Colts. What? You want to go first? Is that what you
Okay,
said?
Nick, knock yourself out there, Chief.
Colts Bills. Nick.
Phillips.
The Billups? Did you say the Billups? The
Chauncey
Billups?
Billups. Yeah, Justin Billups.
Chauncey Billups. All right. Drew.
Bills, pretty easy pick, I think. Hopefully.
Brian.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Andy Ruho.
The Orchard
Um,
Park Bills.
I'm going to Bucks. So
Legend.
What?
The
I'm going to
Bison.
Bucks too. Get it,
Like
Bucks
is in
Bills, because they can both be synonym for
Imagine saying
cash
go
or money.
Bills. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Bills.
No one laughed. No one laughed, but it's okay.
Yeah,
no
because
one
it
laughed,
was
but
a
it's okay.
stupid joke.
That was a
Also,
stupid
Nick is,
dad joke.
Nick wasn't even listening because he was too busy going.
Nick isn't folk.
Yeah, I heard Bucks or Bills. It's a stupid dad joke.
Lake isn't
Okay,
folk.
whatever. Doesn't matter.
Lake isn't folk.
I'm over
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Fine.
Lake isn't folk.
Fine. It don't matter. Lake isn't foul.
It don't
Bucks,
matter.
Bills. Buffalo don't matter. Lake isn't foul. Okay, Rams, Seahawks.
That's a tough one.
This is a tough
Because
one.
Rams
This
is
is
the
one of
best
the
quarterback
tougher
in the
ones.
league. I'm gonna have to go with Seattle with the upset. I'm gonna have to go Seattle with the upset.
Seattle the upset.
The upset. Seattle's gonna upset the Rams by 37 points.
What?
And then the Rams are going to be upset because they lost. Go, Andrew.
Seahawks. Not very difficult. Also,
By the
not
way,
an upset.
last podcast, we said that Jared Goff was playing. Actually, Brian said that, and Jared Goff is not playing.
Oh! All right, Brian, go.
Seahawks at the newly named Lumen Field, no longer the CenturyLink Field. How sad.
Wait, why did they change the...
I know. How
Whatever.
terrible is that? It's a terrible.
Someone
name.
paid him more money.
Yeah, facts. I'll go with the Hawks, too. Not the Atlanta ones, but the Seattle ones.
Yeah, we got it, bud. Move on.
Okay, go Hawks.
What about the Toronto Hawks?
The Toronto Hawks?
There's got to be some high school team in Toronto named the Hawks.
Why Toronto? Are there Hawks in Toronto? I don't think so. They could be the Toronto
I don't know.
Walruses.
Are there Jaguars in Jacksonville?
There probably were once upon a time before Christopher Columbus ruined everything.
Yeah.
But who knows? Yeah, actually, America was like the freaking safari back in the day. But then
Really?
humans happened.
Well, you know, everything was clumped together, and then they kind of went splittity-split.
Pangea.
Oh, Pangea.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Alabama
about...
filled with crimson tide. What the hell is a crimson tide?
It's an elephant,
Um,
apparently.
Yeah, facts.
Roll
No,
Tide.
it's just a color. And
What's
it's
a...
Last time I
I don't
checked,
know.
Los Angeles doesn't have any lakes. I know.
because it's Minneapolis.
Yeah,
Okay.
12 championships, Nick. Only
okay,
12.
Okay.
You-
Buccaneers.
You,
You walked right into that one there,
Buccaneers.
Chief.
Yeah.
Buccaneers,
not.
Washington.
It's not real.
Buccaneers, Washington. It concerns me you're taking this long to answer. What did you say?
Let's go, football team.
Tampa.
Tampa?
In a
Okay.
very close one, like
Tampa.
very low scoring. Like I'm
A
talking like
very
19 to
close
16.
one? Well, I mean, if Chase Young injures Tom Brady, then it won't be close because Washington.
Who's the backup in Tampa?
It was Josh. I think
Nathan
it's Blaine-
Peterman.
It's Blaine Gabbert. It's Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine.
Oh, it is.
Gabbert.
I thought
Yeah.
isn't Peterman on that team too?
Blaine Gabbert went in against the
Oh,
Trojans.
Josh Rosen on the team. They signed
No.
Josh Rosen to the
Josh
practice
Rosen
squad.
got
Oh,
traded.
Peterman's on the Raiders. Never mind. I don't
Not
know why. I
traded,
thought
but he
Peterman-
got signed by like
I
forget.
No,
I forget who.
Tampa picked him up.
in the beginning of the
and
year.
then-
Josh Rosen
yeah.
got picked up by like Vegas or something. Not Vegas.
Yeah,
I forget.
It
I
was
honestly
some
forget who
other
it was.
team. That was like two
Like
weeks ago.
a month
or
ago
something.
or something like that. Yeah.
It wasn't very long ago. I'm gonna go with.
It was
the
last year.
Buccaneers. Shut up.
Okay, Brian.
I said
Look.
Tampa.
Okay, and I will too. All right, those don't really matter because those were pretty easy. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Sunday, January 10th at 1:05 p.m. Ravens Titans.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay.
Okafor.
The
Taking the
Ravens.
Ravens.
That's my
Take-
name.
Taking the Baltimore Birds.
Kawhi Leonard.
See, this is actually.
Baltimore.
No, I
don't-
asked you why. Like, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
No one is understanding my jokes, but it's all
yeah,
right.
so
Your
stop
jokes
saying
suck.
them.
Yeah.
Okay,
facts.
fine.
Shut up,
I'll just
Luke.
be direct then. Do
Shut
you
up.
want me to be
Shut up.
direct?
Shut up.
Fine.
Shut up.
Nick,
Shut up.
why
Shut up.
would you pick the Ravens to win this football game?
I think they're gonna come back. The Titans really are the same team they were last year when they faced them in the playoffs. I think
I called it.
Okay.
Baltimore's
This person
a bit
asked-
the same.
This person
Baltimore's
asked me
still-
if I could predict the game of the Titans against the Ravens. It's going to be a really good game. But on top, it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is the GOAT. I called it. No, Titans by 10.
Titans
Derrick
by
Henry,
I didn't-
200
I was
yards.
almost done.
Yeah, you're
Titans
fine.
win. Lamar Jackson gets
Whatever.
hurt.
I'm also going Titans because the Ravens are chips. But hopefully that doesn't. They don't.
Can we
win, so
shout out
then-
We Hooped for that? I think that was a
No.
pretty good.
Well, can you give me a more elaborate description other than the Ravens are chips?
I
Fine.
think that's a perfect one.
Why are you taking Tennessee?
Because the Ravens are burnt chips. I add an adjective. I added an adjective, so that makes it better and more reliable of an answer. All right, Frozone.
Podcast. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I thought he was
Luke,
frozen, so I
next
called him
game.
Frozone. Next game, the one on Nickelodeon. Oh yeah, let's freaking go! Googly eyes and slime end zones. The Bears against the Saints.
Bears.
You're going to Bears, really?
No, I was just. Have you never heard that before?
No, I have.
Okay, no. Saints by 25 max.
Okay,
No,
fine.
minimum.
You can go because
Sorry,
Nick
sorry.
is taking.
Sorry. my bad.
I'm gonna
a
take the
long
Saints
time.
in a very close game. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that's
Why
talking,
are
they're
these
gonna
all close?
they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down very early, and they're gonna make a comeback because the Bears suck. Trubisky's gonna
yeah,
throw
how
his
are they
team
gonna
into a poop
score
hole.
The ball?
They're gonna go down early. I think maybe Chicago gets a defensive touchdown here and there. I mean, I think it's gonna be a close game. New Orleans gonna go down early, but they'll come back and win barely. Barely.
Whoa,
make that
that was
clear.
loud.
I'm gonna go with the
Early.
Saints too, but it was a really good game that went to overtime in the beginning of the year, like week 6, I think, or 7. It's gonna be closer. The Saints are chokers in the playoffs. They lost to the 16 Vikings
They
last year.
are.
I wouldn't be
Although,
surprised.
no,
I wouldn't
no.
be.
They got robbed against the Rams a few years ago, though.
And then the Minnesota
yes, it-
Miracle.
Yes, it was a bad
Minneapolis
call.
Miracle.
But they also couldn't
get-
score on the first drive of
Yes,
overtime.
yes, it was one. They kicked 2 field goals inside the 5-yard line. They had the ball in overtime. They had so many chances to win that game, and they didn't. They deserve it.
Exactly. Thank you.
What they
Brian.
did.
Saints will win, but I wouldn't be surprised in one bit if they lose.
I'm gonna with Brian on that one. I agree.
All right,
Like one of the first damn times in the world I agree with Brian.
last facts. Last NFL wildcard game. This is also a good.
Wait, did you pick
one.
Luke?
I did. Well, I
Okay.
did in my head. Saints. Brown Steelers.
Oh, Steelers by a freaking mile and a third. The Browns are just not having it. Like I said, you give the Steelers and then get that extra day recuperation after
Extra
like
day,
6
guys. Gonna change the world.
When that happens after like 6 days, after like 5 weeks of continuing shortened weeks, that's a big help. That's a big help. Andrew, you're an exercise science major. You would know that better than anybody. I just think that.
Do you think that what would help more is the fact that the Cleveland Browns facility has been closed?
Yeah.
I was getting to that one.
Okay,
To that point too. On top of that, the Browns facility's been closed. They haven't been able to get that preparation in. I don't know what the situation is with the wide receiving core and that whole COVID situation. So it's a little murky. I think Pittsburgh's gonna. I can't talk. Pittsburgh's gonna roll.
I think Pittsburgh is they're not gonna like win by a mile and whatever you said. I still think they're gonna win just because of the Cleveland Browns situation. If nothing happened with the Rona with Cleveland, I think it would have been a pretty good game. But it's kind of ruining the fun of this game. I don't think it's just not gonna be as fun as it could have been. Unless Baker just decides to have the game of his life. But he also hasn't played in the playoffs, so who knows?
Oh yeah, that's facts. The Browns are back in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! You
I'm
can't
going
not root for
to-
them, I feel like.
That should be Miami.
I'm gonna
no
go
thanks to
Cleveland.
Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh will struggle on offense.
Like like they.
This is actually kind of crazy. Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game in 4 seasons.
Really?
Send back to last podcast when we were talking about who the
2016,
Ravens have beaten. We said Cleveland. Brian's like, oh, Cleveland. Oh,
That was actually me.
Cleveland.
Oh, was it me? I don't know. Well,
No, that was Brian, and we
Oh, right, it was
rashed on Brian. I was like, Brian, you're so high on Cleveland.
my apologies.
But they also
Like,
gave
not
up
really.
42 points in that game, so it's not necessarily like, oh my God, go Baltimore.
Yeah, because they ain't that good.
Well, I think Pittsburgh's not that good, so I'm gonna go with the team that's gonna have more motivation.
Yeah, I would pick Cleveland if nothing happened to them. It's just tough now. It's just a tough situation for them.
I'm picking Cleveland because go Browns.
Oh, wait,
And
you and me. You and me
Well,
both.
trust
don't
me,
like
brother.
the
I'm rooting
Steelers
for the
either.
Browns. I'm rooting for the Browns.
I don't
Trust
like
me.
the Steelers either
Oh, I hate the
because
Steelers. Hate the Steelers.
Steelers, free
they
team is not
think
the
so
Patriots.
highly of themselves. And I don't know. I just don't trust them. They are a weird team that
They break your heart once.
no. I've never cared if the Steelers lost or not. But yeah, I just think the Browns I don't know. It's just weird. It's another weird game where both teams could look really good or look really bad. But I think the Browns are going to look really good, and I think the Steelers are going to look really bad. So that's my top-notch ESPN worthy analysis right there. Hire me now.
I
that good?
would, Luke. I would.
You would? You would?
I would.
Luke's analysis. This analysis right here. Browns are burnt chips. I mean, the Ravens are
The
burnt
Ravens
chips,
are
not
burnt
just chips.
chips.
They're not
burnt
just chips. They're burnt chips.
Yes.
They're
I
moldy
added
There
an
it is.
chips.
adjective, so it makes
Folks,
it look better.
if you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to do a little marketing. You can't get better analysis than that. You want like high, in-depth, accurate analysis? The Ravens are burnt chips, not chips. Burnt chips.
Moldy
like-
chips.
any fantasy football, I can do
Come on the Big
fantasy
Four
football
podcast.
too. Ready? This year, don't draft Saquon Barkley in your fantasy leagues. Why? Because he tore his ACL. Bang. Analysis.
Don't
boom.
draft McCaffrey because he'll sprain his ankle and be out for the whole season.
Exactly. Don't
Right?
draft
It's that
Barry
easy.
Sanders because he's not in the league anymore. Boom. Analysis.
It just
done.
happens.
Whoa.
It just happens with us, with the
It's a
four
hot
of us.
take,
We
man.
just automatically, our takes are the hottest
Automatic.
take you've ever heard,
Automatic.
and it drop it like it's hot, baby. Our takes are insane. That's why you got to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Because your podcast is likely burnt chips, not just chips.
Facts.
Boom!
Burnt chips.
Roasted marshmallow.
The Big Four podcast is not burnt chips or chips. It's ice cream.
We're like,
We are lightly
Ice
salted
cream?
Cape Cod chips.
no, we're not chips at
40%
all.
reduced
We're
fat
a
chips at
Chick-fil-A
all.
sandwich.
Facts.
Spicy chicken
Everyone-
sandwich.
Everyone likes a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Come on now.
Come on,
Indeed.
follow the Big
And
Four
everyone
podcast.
likes the Big Four podcast because we're a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
You're welcome. Actually, it's a podcast.
If you listen to
Those
this
are-
podcast, you're forced to listen to my TED Talk because you don't know what's coming because you're listening to the first time. So
Yeah, but who's listening to this?
you were
Raise your
listening to it,
hands.
hoping something would happen.
If
and
you're
then
listening to
that
it,
just
raise your
happened.
hand. And if you're listening to this, I'm listening to it.
I'm listening to. Look at 4 listeners already.
Brian,
No,
We'll
Brian
wrap
didn't
up.
raise his hand.
Raise
Hey,
your
Brian.
hand. There you go. 4
Okay.
listeners.
Last pick. Come on
Um,
now.
Last pick. Oh shoot, I forgot. I was about to wrap it up. Natty
We got clown bag too.
and clown bag. So Natty, Nick.
Notre Dame. What? No, Bama.
Yeet. Notre Dame sucks.
Notre
Bama.
Dame.
Bama's
Is-
gonna roll.
Roll Tide.
I'm hoping Bama's gonna roll because I want Justin Fields to stink. I'm not a big Ohio State guy. I never have been.
Ugh. They're
Plus
just an
now
ugh
I have
team.
no reason to root for them. And I think that this is probably one of the best Bama teams we've ever seen. One of the
Oh,
best, if not the best. So Bama's got to roll with this one. Mac Jones, no pressure, but if you don't win by 30 points, you're a failure.
Wow.
Mac Jones has no pressure because he can be blindfolded and Devontae Smith just
I know,
might
I
catch
said-
the ball.
I said no pressure.
Yeah.
I said no pressure, Mac Jones.
But yeah,
Just win by 30 or
Alabama,
else you're fired.
Alabama, Notre Dame in the semifinal could have easily been a 50-point game.
Yep, that is
the-
very
the
true.
Second half
Very
was
factual.
just second half. They were just going through the motions. They were just like, all right, let's wrap this game
Let's
up.
try not to die.
Burn down the
Exactly.
clock, give Najee his carries.
Exactly. Najee, actually.
I always
Najee.
call him Najee. I don't know.
Najee.
Nagy.
Najee,
Yeah.
Peyton Pritchard, Najee Harris.
Creighton. There's no R between the
know why I've
P and
always
the
said
A.
I've always seen
Creighton isn't even a
I've
word. I don't
always
even
said
know.
Peyton Pritchard. I don't know why.
I don't
got
even know
Peyton
if there's
Pritchard.
an
It's Peyton
anyone
Pritchard.
named
For some
Creighton.
reason, like when I'm not paying attention, when I'm kind of bad, but I'm gonna say Peyton Pritchard.
when you're not
But,
paying attention.
yeah, Bama. Well, basically steamrolled Notre Dame because Notre Dame is garbage.
Yep.
And they will probably do the same because who's gonna guard Devontae Smith? Who? Give me somebody. No, the
Stephon
answer's
Gilmore.
trick question. You can't find it at
Yeah,
that level.
Ohio
Nicholas.
State has a weakness of the secondary. They have a good interior front seven, but their safeties and corners are not very good, unlike the past. So they're just gonna be chucking it and running to the outside.
Oh, and what's his face?
Wait, Vince?
It might
Vince
be
Jalen
Lombardi?
eligible to
Waddle
play.
may be playing.
Yeah,
Game
Waddle
time
might
decision.
be eligible to play.
Waddle's
guy who-
gonna play.
The guy who broke his
Bama's gonna
ankle
put up
somehow is
68.
fine.
Bama's gonna
I know.
put up
The
like
over
60.
under is 75. I've never seen an over under
Jesus.
that high. 75. That's
Is there not going to be
insane.
any defense?
Yeah, it's gonna be
well,
65 to
they
10.
They think both teams can score at will. I don't think Ohio State can score at will. Alabama can score whenever they want, like easily. If
Yeah.
they want to
Yeah.
score, okay, they'll go score in 2 minutes.
Clemson also lost a lot on defense in the draft over the last couple of years. Their defense.
Clemson's defense is so young. Their D line. They have two freshmen that are absolutely.
They lost a lot of
tanks, but
seniors
they're
the last
young.
2 drafts. They've gotten progressively worse defensively, which is younger.
College
I should say.
football has gotten progressively worse defensively because, as Nick Saban said earlier in the year, you can't win with a great defense anymore. If you don't have the most high-powered offense, you ain't going to win the game. So
And
Yeah,
Sports
guess
has
what?
become progressively less
They have-
offensive. Less
they have-
defensive.
the
They
most
might
high-powered
have-
offense ever.
They might have the best offense in college
Sports
football
in
history.
general is becoming progressively less defensive.
Because
Basketball,
everyone's lazy.
if you don't score
Yeah.
120 points, your team sucks.
Yeah.
Football, 30 points is an afterthought.
Look at the Wizards. They drop like 130 a game. And
We'll get to the
lose.
Wizards. We'll get to the Wizards.
Baseball, you got guys hitting 50 home runs like it's nobody's business.
But you
Well,
know
that's
what
been
you
around
love
for a
to
long
see in
time.
basketball? A guy who can be great on offense and be great on defense.
There we
Jaylen
go.
Brown.
That man,
Alex Caruso.
he's a
Oh.
bad man.
This is becoming.
All right.
Mama,
Alabama
there
for
goes
me,
that man.
Alabama for Luke. Alabama for Andrew. Alabama for Nick. Moving on.
Wait, I just want to share this.
No, I want to take Ohio State. I'm just kidding.
The first name Prayton. There have been less than 100 of them in the
First
US
name
since
greatest,
1888.
last name ever. Chevy.
Last name ever, first name.
Oh, Larry Bird.
I
Yeah,
don't
you muffed it. You
No,
bum.
Caruso.
Last name ever, first name. Great.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you muffed it.
Still great.
Yeah.
You flip-flopped it.
There have been less than 100 people with the name Prayton in the U.S. since 1880. So there actually have been some people, but less than
Prayton
100.
sounds like a prescription pill.
Prayton?
You taking? You on your Prayton today?
No,
Taking
that
your
doesn't.
Prayton
Maybe-
today?
No.
It needs to be
Prayton?
more
Prayton?
complex. It needs to be like
Yeah.
Zendriaphil.
Mesothelioma.
Zendriaphil. That's a great name.
OBJ's
Right.
girlfriend.
What?
Have you seen them? His girlfriend's like polyexy or something, bunch of Y's, bunch of X's in her name. It's so funny.
What? Like Elon
OBJ's old-
Musk's kid?
His old girlfriend is like polyexy
Musk.
furfill or
Okay, who
something.
cares? Clown bag.
Clown bag. We got our. I don't have the freaking sound. I don't want to do the sound. Yeah, whatever. Just do a clown horn sound in your head. All right, that's our.
That was good, Brian. That was good.
Clown
was
bag
good.
of the week.
That was good.
The Washington Wizards minus Bradley Beal.
That's
Because
so embarrassing, dude.
Bradley Beal, if you did not know, scored. What was it last? Yes, last night.
57 in
scored
the third and he
60
through three.
Clown bag of the
Only
week.
finished with 60.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay, let's
Why
finish it
did-
out, Nick.
Come on,
just
hurry,
Go.
hurry,
Wrap
hurry,
it
hurry.
up.
Oh my God! All right, well, we're gonna continue, but I don't know what just happened.
Hurry,
Nick?
hurry up. Let's
All
go.
right, whatever. Bradley Beal dropped 60, and did he text something? Oh, computer crashed. Okay, I guess we're finishing
Finish
without Nick.
me.
We're finishing without Nick.
Ah,
Home stretch. This is
welcome to
this
the
is where the
Big Three
podcast gets good,
podcast.
ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets good. This is where you want to listen because
The Big Three pod.
Big Three. No, it's all right, Nick. It's okay. Yeah, dropped 60 points and they lost, which I don't know.
That's so bad.
I don't know. There's probably a statistic on it. I don't know what it is, but like players who have scored 60 plus points and
Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker dropped
Oh, yeah, they
70.
lost
70 and lost by 10.
I
That's
remember
so
that.
bad.
Okay, never mind. But still, the Wizards stink. I thought they were going to be a decent team, especially with the addition of Westbrook, but they just aren't. They are so bad. They're down there with the Raptors, and the Raptors stink too. Believe
The
me.
Tampa
love to see the
Bay
Raptors
Raptors.
They're so
Dude,
bad.
The Raptors are actually.
my
I don't
least
think
favorite team in sports, and they suck, and it's awesome.
Miami's getting there for me just because I just dislike the way they play basketball.
The way that
They
they
just-
just run around.
They
and
run
figure
around in
eights.
circles and chuck threes. It is so infuriating.
It's just
Yeah.
a bunch
Duncan
of Kyle
Robinson-
Korvers.
When Duncan Robinson hits a three, I'm just like, dude, aren't you gassed? Like, how do you have the energy by the time you get the ball?
Facts.
It just runs in
Um,
circles.
But yeah, free Bradley Beal. # free Bradley Beal.
Other
he
clown
needs-
bag is the Celtics are giving Detroit their only win of the season. Kind of pissed
Yeah,
off
that
at
is without Blake
Without that-
Griffin in that game.
Without that, we're on a 6-game streaker. So
And our
It's
third
all right.
clown
The
bag of the
streak-
week.
The streak
Go
is
ahead,
good.
Andrew.
Oh, my clown bag of the week?
No. You were saying something.
I was saying, oh, my bad. Well, guess what? Celtic streak is coming. I'm feeling
Yeah,
it.
it is coming.
They're rattling off some wins.
They do it every year.
Philly's
Yeah.
down
No, but
17 or 14.
Our
at the half
third
with some
clown bag
losses.
is the fourth member of our podcast for leaving midway through, or not really midway, but yeah.
Yay, Nick.
And now I'm frozen.
Yep.
Was I frozen? Yeah, I was frozen.
God awful.
Basically, what I was
Oh,
saying
poor
is,
Luke.
Yep. Now
Come on,
our host is
Luke.
frozen. All right. Let me.
what is going
Oh,
on?
Luke,
Oh,
you're really
all
struggling
right.
there, bud.
All right. I'm gonna
good.
take
bu-
the
I'm-
lead
it's
on
okay.
this.
It's okay. I'm
gonna
back.
take
I'm
the
back.
lead
I'm
on this. I say
back.
just cut it.
I'm back. 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 I was just saying. The
Are you
the-
back?
Why,
Are
is
you
it- why does this always happen? Literally, last time I made fun of Nick for leaving or no for him. Oh my God, this is being so annoying. He keeps texting and it's
Cutting out.
I'm getting
Nick
frustrated.
sent like 14 texts. He
Yeah,
said
no.
go patch into his freaking phone, and I played it alt max volume, and you can barely hear it.
Go Pets. Yeah,
Whatever.
That's the clown bag of the week.
Tough ending. I say we just
Yeah.
call it a day.
Yeah,
and
we're done. We're
from
done.
the
We're
Big
done.
Four podcast, we're done. And thank you. Have a great day. Have a great week.
Go Pats, and we'll see you next time.